I'm just in the process of changing over belts to make my 15 2 sprocket from my 32 sprocket. So I'm going from 3 to 1 to 4 to 1, which means it'll turn slower. So I put my smaller one on there, cog, that's the bigger one. That's 30, that's 3 to 1, that's 15, that's 4 to 1. Probably more in line. I won't have the room for using that. I'll show you later when I'm set it up. Look, just an interesting note. You know how I put on the flywheel there, I put nylon. Oh, the nylon hasn't gone anywhere. It's still sitting there doing its job. So there you go. It's a good thing. So I know that bit works, which is why the backlash noise is not there anymore. So I'll put that together and I'll explain it. I've got it going again. I've got I was wrong before. It's 60 teeth and it was 20 teeth. Now it's 15 teeth. So it's 4 to 1 ratio now. Only problem is, when I first got this, I didn't know the exact distance between those two, so I guessed the amount of teeth I would need, which ended up being a belt slightly too long. That's why I had to build that tensioner system in there, which was fine by me. But then I thought, I better get the 4 to 1 ratio just in case. So I did, and it takes a while to get these parts, but then I knew that exact centre there, and I knew the exact centre there, the amount of teeth and the size of the belt, the pulleys I wanted, and there's a formula and you put it in and out pops a belt. And I got the belt, but it's quite tight. Like, it's technically, well, I don't know, it feels like it's too tight to me. I'm going to take it into a bearing place. I'll ride it into a bearing place and see what they say. It may be perfect, but it feels too tight to me, so I don't know. But anyway, look, it runs, and it runs better. It runs better. I've been able to turn the idling down a little bit, and I just think it's just not sucking as hard. So I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll find out. That's it. And another thing, it doesn't seem to draw as much vacuum now, so which makes sense. Still idling a bit high, however accurate that is, but it's not right yet. The idling is not quite right yet. I don't know why that surges like that. It could be that this is tight, you know, just drag on everything, so it's struggling to do what it's doing. I don't know. I'll get that belt sorted. The carburetor's still that flat slide, so it's not good anyway, but it doesn't seem to be as bad now. Maybe because it's just not sucking so hard, it's relieved a bit of pressure on there. I'll figure it out. A bit more practice and testing. Last thing, there's, in my mind, a way that motorbikes should come to life when they start. So this is the sound of a eager motorbike. Listen. Hear that little rum? And one more time, just because I like it. I think it's goodbye for this carburetor. As I don't seem to be able to control the slide, or like you can make it come down hard enough, but not if you're holding a steady throttle and then try to just back off at traffic lights or something. The motor just keeps going. So I have another idea. What about a CV carburetor? And the advantage of one of these is that it's governed by a butterfly and a pretty strong spring. Not that that matters, but the butterfly will take the hit of the suction. It's designed to have air leaking around it anyway, so all the jets are there. And then once it goes beyond the butterfly, it's then all controlled by vacuum. I don't know if you can see it. It's all controlled by vacuum, so it's already open partially anyway. So this should alleviate my problems with with a not being able to control the slide. So only problem is it's that close. Now it's that close. So if I put that in there, I'm going to have a few problems of fitting that in there. I reckon that's a lot wider. So, well, I'm about to fit the CV carburetor. I had to do a bit of work to it to make it work. This choke mechanism here that was on here ran a line through there. I had to take that off because that stuck out this side too much, which would foul the bike. Next thing I had to do, I had to pull it completely apart to see how it works. And I have to say, there's a lot going on in there. Even though I would say, you know, cheap Chinese carburetor, there's a lot of drillings. So there's a lot of drillings, a lot of channels, and a lot going on. But that's okay. There's plenty of YouTubes on how to work CV carburetors. Because I couldn't have that choke mechanism, I've just got a pull choke now. Yeah, I can't do that with one hand, but whoops, let's see if I can. There you go. It doesn't lock off. The the cable system, because the cable now will run in a different way. Sorry, I have a small tip on the cable, which is, here we go. Just see a small tip, little Honda thing there. So to deal with that, I made this out of a washer, and the idea of that is that it will go in like that, and I haven't even got it straight. It's hard to do things with an iPad. But it's hooked up, but it's not running well. It says to me, way too lean. So I've got to pull it off and richen it up somehow, but that was the first run. Here is the clearance issue. You remember I had that one screw, that's all flat one there? Well, straight ahead it's okay, but as soon as I turn the steering just about at full lock, I have to run this cable up over the carby. So I run it that way, it just fouls it. See how that's touching there, moving the carby? See that? You can hear it.